Hello there. In this video we're going to look at some releases that were done during Config 2023, which is Figma's design conference. So let's dive in. So on one of their new What's New pages, I'll just scroll down, we've got some new features. So we've now got wrap on auto layout. We've got some variables by the looks of it. And this is just like a summary at the top. We've got dev mode here, which is really good. This is one of the main features they've released. And we've got some advanced prototyping here as well by the looks of it. Right, so let's scroll down and explore. So the big news from the conference was dev mode, as you can see here in the images on the left. So let's see what we've got. So there's a toggle which you can turn on dev mode, and it gives developers good access to our design files. So they can preview things. Let's see what else we have. We've got before and after, and we can see, so we can see the differences and the changes that have gone in the file. They can inspect things. So they can integrate different programs. So there's Jira integrated here. And there's obviously the collaboration part of Figma, which is really good. So this is in beta, it's going to be free throughout 2023. I think on this page here, if you click try it out, it takes you to a file. So let's click here. So that's copied a Figma file under my login, and we've got some instructions here on what dev mode is, how to use the playground. Let's see what else. A new way to navigate, so it's explaining how you can navigate with dev mode. I'm not going to cover all of this because this goes into some real detail. So you've got comparing changes, resources and docs, component playground, getting to coding faster. So this is showing kind of like the thing that you see in the browser with the border, the padding. So like F12 developer tools. It's showing different plugins you've got here, which is great, and different ways to collaborate. So I would encourage you to go in here and click download the file and have a play around. I'm just going to click back on the browser. Let's scroll down to see what else we've got. So as you can see, it's giving you a really easy way to view the measurements, the specs and the styles in this dev mode. So you toggle it on, you can inspect the design here. You've got different options on the right hand side as a developer, which is really great. So there's different section statuses now. So when you wrap your frames in a section, there is a ready for dev status that you can click on now. And that is improving the design to development process. So the developers know what's ready and also what's not. Let's scroll down. So you can bring in familiar developer tools into Figma now. So you've got GitHub, Storybook, Jira, the usual suspects in here. So you can click here to learn a bit more. You've also got a code extension for Figma, which for developers may be incredibly useful. So they can integrate what we've designed in Figma as a designer into their code editor, and it should make that really easy for them. Let's scroll down. So we've got variables in Figma. So just have a look at the demo, see what it's doing. So just reading the snippet here, unlocking your design themes like light and dark mode or mobile or desktop with variables. Scale and align your design system to your code base by exporting variables into tokens and using the REST API. I think this is something you'd probably want to click try it out. I'm just going to click that button now. So that's downloaded a Figma file, and we've got some instructions here on what are variables, how to start with a collection, making some variables, and so on and so on. So again, they've got some really useful step-by-step instructions, and I would encourage you to download this file, run through them, and follow the examples along to understand how to use these. So that's really great. Let's scroll down. We've got some advanced prototyping features, so conditional logic, mathematical expressions and variables. So you can see here how they've used these variables and the conditions. And when they click play, let's see. So they've only got 3 screens, and yet they can get all that functionality from the prototype. And I think from looking at the screen now, the prototypes pop up in a window, they don't open up in a tab anymore. which makes it a lot easier when you're making changes and you want to see them straight away in the prototype. You don't have to keep swapping tabs. And again, there's a try it out button here, which will download a Figma file. So let's go to auto layout. So there's a new feature, wrap items to a new line, and we've got set minimum and maximum widths. Okay, so a new way to use auto layout with wrap, and let's see what it does. So select the auto layout. Okay, dragging it down, and you can see the items are wrapping, they drop into the next line. Okay, so we've got a way of setting the minimum and maximum widths as well, which is really great. Just see that in action. That looks really cool, and I think that'll be a really useful feature. So that's great. Again, we've got a file here, try it out. I'd encourage you to click there, download the file and have a play around. Let's see some other changes we've got. So we've got preview and fonts. We can preview the fonts, improve the search and the filters. That's a nice little touch here to fonts. Finding files with ease. So they've improved the global search and notifications. Again, we can learn more about these elements here. And I guess we've got some companies here that have already been using it. So Decathlon, Atlassian, Spotify, NBC. And I think when you click on these, it just brings up their little short video on how they're using dev mode and the other new features. That seems to be it for now. I think we've got some release notes here at the bottom of the page, but I'll let you go through those. So a new way for designers and developers to collaborate. I think it's going to be really, really good, and it bridges the gap between design and development. And this is going to be a really, really interesting feature for Figma. And it would be really, really great to experiment with these new features in some future videos. So if you want to see what's new in Figma, I would encourage you to go to figma.com/what's new. So I hope this video was helpful. Like and subscribe, add some comments, and I will see you in the next video.